Today, we're diving into the big finish at Glastonbury Festival. Picture it, the sun's going down, the final acts are starting. Just that electric feeling in the air.
Yeah, and our mission here is to kind of unpack what made that final day feel so special, so triumphant, especially this mix of, total legends and this really exciting new headliner. Our source material for this is straight from the ground, a music correspondence report giving us those real details, the vibe of the performances. And talking about that headliner, Olivia Rodrigo. I mean,
Oh,
wow, what a moment for her.
absolutely huge.
22 years old, right? And headlining the Pyramid stage, that makes her the third youngest ever, I think,
Yeah.
after Billie Eilish and Ash.
That's right. It's an incredibly fast rise. You think driver's license was only, 5 years ago?
Yeah, it just exploded. Spotify records smashed,
Yeah.
UK number one, US number one, straight from Disney actress to global pop star.
It's phenomenal. So it makes you think, okay, let's unpack this a bit. Talent is one thing, obviously, but how does an artist actually get that kind of massive success headlining Glastonbury so quickly?
Well, it's a great question. And, her early stuff, especially driver's license, definitely gave her that sad piano girl label, didn't it?
Mm-hmm, totally.
But what's really interesting and what Glastonbury seemed to showcase was how deliberately she's moved past that.
How so?
Well, look at her opening songs, Obsessed, which kind of pokes fun at jealousy and Diary of a Homeschooled Girl. Right away, it sets a different tone, more dynamic.
Right, less introspective, maybe.
Exactly. She's bringing in these influences. Joan Jett, Alanis Morissette, Avril Lavigne. You can hear these punchier, guitar-heavy pop anthems.
And her whole stage presence matched that, didn't it? The report mentioned like a white lace corset, but with buffer boots.
Yeah. That combination itself says something. And apparently she was high kicking, really getting the crowd going, playing a cherry red guitar for Enough for You, which she called her favorite song she's written. So what's fascinating here is how an artist consciously steers their image, their sound, and then how that lands with a massive festival crowd. It raises that question, about authenticity. How important is it when you're actively evolving?
Yeah, does it feel real? And her connection, the report uses the word guilelessness, like you're watching your cool older sister or maybe your precocious young daughter.
It suggests a certain lack of pretension, maybe.
I think so. And apparently none of the usual pop star stuff. No big dance routines, just one outfit until the encore.
Right, relying on the songs. And her band described as pin sharp and all female.
Which is cool in itself. But here's where it gets really interesting for me, that duet.
Yes, Robert Smith.
Yeah, not Harry Styles or Lord or someone contemporary. Robert Smith from The Cure. Why him? What did that signal, do you think?
Well, I think it was a masterstroke, honestly. It flowed directly from her talking about loving 80s British pop. It wasn't just a random cameo.
Right.
It showed her musical roots, maybe a certain reverence, and it was a genuine surprise that connected her to a whole different musical lineage right there on the Pyramid stage.
How did it go down?
Apparently, brilliantly, they played Friday I'm in Love and Just Like Heaven. The report says Rodrigo was just beaming from ear to ear, adding harmonies, and Smith looked quite enamored.
Yeah.
He even watched the rest of her set from the side of the stage.
Wow.
Yeah, and she apparently said afterwards, he's the nicest, most wonderful man ever.
Huh.
It felt really genuine.
That's fantastic. And she leaned into the whole England thing too, right?
Oh, definitely. Loved Marks and Spencer's Colin the Caterpillar.
Huh. A classic.
English sweets in general. Confessed to eating 3 sticky toffee puddings. Talked about loving English boys when introducing her song So American.
Which is about inside jokes with an English boyfriend, yeah.
Exactly. And she even said she loved that nobody judges you for having a pint at noon here.
Yeah.
Little touches, but they build that connection.
Totally. It feels like she understood the assignment,
Absolutely. The report sums it up as she understood the brief. Bring the hits, make it unique, make it personal.
And she apparently got that advice from Jarvis Cocker. To enjoy Glastonbury, you have to submit to it.
That's the story.
Yeah.
And it really feels like she did just that. She channeled that energy.
And the ending, the encore.
Just a massive release of energy. A headlong rush through brutal, all-American bitch, good for you, get him back, fireworks, inflatable balls bouncing everywhere, feedback ringing.
Sounds epic.
The report calls it the best and best attended headline set of the weekend. So yeah, connecting it all up, it shows how that genuine connection, that understanding of the festival spirit can elevate a performance beyond just spectacle.
Yeah, it really sounds like she nailed it. But okay, while Rodrigo was maybe showing us the future, Glastonbury's final day also really hammered home the power of the legends, didn't it?
Oh, absolutely. You had Rod Stewart in that famous legend slot.
Right. Always a big moment, that Sunday afternoon slot.
Huge. And he came out in, as the report says, full lounge lizard style. Big band arrangements for the hits.
Like, do you think I'm sexy, Maggie May?
The first cut is the deepest.
Yeah.
Apparently, it took him a song or two to find his footing, a bit wobbly at first.
Okay.
But then he hit his groove with Some Guys Have All the Luck, and it was classic Rod from there.
And Ronnie Wood joined him.
Yeah. For a duet on the Faces track, Stay With Me. That must have been pretty special. Then close with We Are Sailing. It just shows, doesn't it? That enduring appeal.
It really does. What does that tell us about live music? That staying power.
I think it speaks volumes about shared experience, about nostalgia, but also just about pure showmanship. These artists know how to command that stage and connect with generations.
And Nile Rodgers and Chic had an even bigger crowd, apparently.
Yeah, it was just saying something. Just pure feel-good disco anthems. The song choices were described as faultless.
So Chic hits like Le Freak, Good Times.
But also all those massive hits Rodgers produced for other people. Bowie's Let's Dance, Modern Love, Madonna's Like a Virgin, Material Girl. Just hit after hit after hit. Pure joy. The report even mentioned a biplane drawing a smiley face and a love heart in the sky during their set.
You couldn't make it up. Perfect timing.
Right. It underlines that deep need for these communal moments, these shared sing-alongs that legends deliver so well.
It's more than just music, it's a kind of celebration. And that energy wasn't just on the main stage, was it? The final day had incredible diversity everywhere.
Totally. A real tapestry. The selector opened the pyramid stage, brilliant ska energy. Pauline Black, the singer, she used to be an NHS worker.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and she dedicated Frontline to her former colleagues, and later her voice was apparently hurting a bit, and the crowd just helped her sing on the radio. That's Glastonbury, isn't it?
Yeah, that's special. Who else stood out?
Well, Celeste was back. It's been 5 years since her debut, and she came back with this much sort of grungier, angrier sound. Previewed new stuff like Every Day, which samples death in Vegas.
Yeah.
Sounded like it was worth the wait.
Interesting shift for her.
Definitely. And Joy Crook's London soul pop singer, kind of being compared to Amy Winehouse. She looked amazing in a pink and green sari, apparently. Played new singles like Perfect Crime, which had this instantly catchy chorus the crowd loved.
Brilliant. What about other stages? Any signs of future headliners or just, amazing crowd moments?
Oh, yeah. A.J. Tracy, over at Woodsy Stage, described as a master class in crowd work.
How so?
Apparently, he playfully told off the crowd for a weak mosh pit.
Ah, brave.
And then suddenly H bursts on stage for their track range, just went off. One of the sweatiest shows, apparently. Pure UK rap anthems like Ladbroke Grove, Tiago Silva. Real energy.
Nice. And Wolf Alice, they're often tipped for the top spot, aren't they?
Exactly. And they played the other stage,
Yeah.
really cementing that future headliner vibe. Did a great cover of Fleetwood Mac's Dreams, apparently.
Always a crowd pleaser.
Totally. And their own song, Bros, that ode to friendship, just sent everyone into rapture. They played a couple of new songs, too, from an album called The Clearing, and one called Bloom Baby Bloom was treated like an old favorite already.
That's a good sign.
For sure. And Ellie Roselle, the singer, seemed to have this new confidence, pouring water on her head, screaming lyrics through a megaphone on the heavier tracks like Yuck Fu, really owning it.
So much going on. Any other quick mentions?
Yeah, the report also flagged the Libertines doing an unexpectedly nostalgic set, The Prodigy, who dedicated their set to Keith Flint, which must have been intense.
Yeah.
And Georgia Smith provided a more soothing set. So you just see this incredible range, which does make you wonder, how do festivals pull it off?
Yeah.
Curating that much diversity, ska, soul, rap, punk rock, disco legends, pop headliners all in one day and making it work.
It's quite the balancing act. So, wrapping up this deep dive on Glastonbury's final day, the big takeaways seem pretty clear, right? You've got this amazing blend of the established icons and the really exciting new talent, both connecting, but maybe in different ways.
Definitely. And that connection is that bond between the performers and the huge audience.
Yeah.
Whether it's singing along to Rod Stewart or feeling that personal touch from Olivia Rodrigo.
Yeah, and just the sheer variety, that vibrant mix of genres, all finding space, all creating these moments of, well, joy and connection.
Exactly. It's clearly more than just ticking off bands you want to see.
Right. So maybe the thing to think about is Beyond the hits, beyond the stars, what is it about that collective live music experience, especially somewhere like Glastonbury? What creates those really powerful shared moments, that feeling of catharsis, of connection, the thing that makes people come back year after year after year?
That's the magic, isn't it? Something to mull over.